Most people think of small jigs tipped with minnows or soft baits when it comes to crappie fishing. There are, however, other ways to catch these popular panfish. Last summer I had a phone conversation with Chad Peterson. Chad's a panfish expert who indicated he was catching crappies on crankbaits. Anxious to see what Chad was doing, we scheduled a day together. Here's what happened. Chad and I headed to a sharp breaking drop-off along shore where he had been catching crappies. Chad had been trolling small number 3 Salmo Hornets in the area, running the baits high in the water column as the fish were often suspended. I suggested to Chad that this might be a good place to try a bait behind a planer board as well. The drop-offs we were fishing was adjacent to some reeds that the crappies move into late in the day. It wasn't long and we got on the board, but it wasn't the species we were after.
Grab a board for me, sir.
You got her.
Yes, we have ourselves a little largie. Gave us a little life on that little board, though.
That was actually fun.
That was fun. These little boards are pretty sweet.
Moments later, Chad put a crappie in the boat on one of his favorite color patterns.
What figure we got?
Well, we have ourselves a crappie. Yes, we do.
We want to net that crappie?
I would say we might need to.
That's a nice crappie.
We inhaled that guy.
Nice. Good job, Chad. We had fish on the board at the same time, didn't we?
We did. This color of Salmo has really been really the ticket right now. I've been using quite a few of these Salmo number 3s. This color, and there's a couple other colors that we'll be showing you, but like I said, the main color is this this gold, kind of a goldish maroon color. It's very nice.
Now it's my turn.
Well, what do we got here, Chad?
Let's see. Looks like we got ourselves another crappie.
We got crappie? Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah. There we go. I have a nice one. Another good one, yeah.
We'll just lift that one in there. That's not a bad fish either, is it?
No.
And that one is on the board. Not as nice as yours, but still. Good crappie.
Today we're trolling Salmo Hornets. In today's Cabela's product tip, we learn about some exciting new hornet color patterns available this year.
You know, color can be such an important consideration. We've been fishing a number of times when the fish wanted a particular color. This year, Cabela's and Salmo teamed up to create some colors for the Hornet series that are specifically for Cabela's, exclusive for Cabela's. This is one of my favorite ones here. This is one that really caught the fish this year. This is called the Firefly. It does a really nice job in a lot of situations. Another one is called the Hitman. Purple seems to be a color that is really catching fish in a lot of situations, but color can be a really important consideration. If you're not catching them on one color, try a different color. These are the Cabela's exclusive colors from Salmo. Check them out at Cabela's.
The best products for your outdoor needs are at Cabela's, and the Cabela's outfitters have the experience to help you decide which products will work best for you. Now, back to the crappies. Our confidence continued to grow as we were marking lots of fish on the depth finder. Not long after, the planer board suddenly slid back, indicating a biting fish.
Not 100% sure. Yeah, he is. I can see him back there. Look at that. Jumping like a bass, Chad. There you go. Man, did you see that board?
It took off.
The board just about went under when that fish hit that.
Yeah.
Look at that. And you know what, Chad? The last two fish have come out away from the boat, and we're seeing some fish up high in the water column.
The crappie action is good. When we come back, we'll have more.
Hey, if you'd like to be using some of the baits and equipment you see us using on Fishing the Midwest, go to the Fishing the Midwest Facebook page. We'll be selecting a winner in late March. Fishing the Midwest is presented by beautiful Cabot Lake, gateway to Voyageurs National Park. EVINRUDE, introducing the all-new EVINRUDE E-TEC G2, the outboard of the future. Rig Wrap, the world's best fishing rig storage solution. Ice Castle, you can camp in an ice castle, but you can't fish in a camper.
Fish on! Come on, get together.
What inspires the angler to return to the water's edge are not the countless fish that came before, but the one that lies ahead. Every time you fish, every single cast, every single day. Beautifully crafted multi-species fishing boats, unlike any other, to catch any fish you're after. See more online and at your local FX dealer. Larson FX, where others have yet to go.
Don't just go fishing, go hunting underwater. With Raymarine's superior high-fidelity chirp sonar vision, you'll never look at fishing the same again. You're already the predator above the water. Now go find your prey below it. Raymarine. Visit raymarine.com to get in on the action.
Introducing a revolutionary concept in outboards. A choice. Now with the EVINRUDE E-TEC G2, you can choose unrivaled performance, superior fuel economy, and the cleanest combustion outboard on the planet. Choose from hundreds of color combinations to perfectly match your boat. And choose 5 years or 500 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Experience the power of choice at ChooseYourETech.com.
We're with panfish expert Chad Peterson, employing crankbaits and a planer board to catch crappies. The planer board slid back with another crappie. This was a good fish, and Chad indicated that we could expect more.
What we got, Chad? Looks like
We got another crappie.
We got us a crappie.
Yep.
Oh, look at that one. Should we put the net under that one?
I think so.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. Look at that. Woo. On the Hornet. Barely hooked. You know, Chad, one of the things that you talked about is that these fish are moving from the deep water out to feed, up to feed along this edge, correct?
That's correct. Typically around that 3-4 o'clock, they start moving from the 20 to 30 feet of where they normally are during the day, and they start moving in that 12 to 16 feet of water, and that's exactly where we're getting these guys. So.
And they're getting active. They're coming in here.
Well, yeah, and they're hitting that Hornet
Yep.
very aggressively. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's get that one back.
Another fish on a board, another panfish, but this was a big bluegill.
We have a fish on, Chad.
All right. Let's get that board in here.
Oh yeah. Whoa. I hope our fish didn't just come off. No, he's still there.
Is he?
Yeah, he's still there.
All right, go ahead.
Whoa, he's making a little run on us. Feels like one of them gills again.
Oh my. Look at that.
Look at that gill. There's a toad. There's a toad. That one, huh? Beautiful. Look at the color on that fish. Did you see, Chad, that board?
Yeah, the board was actually just
boom.
diving into the...
Now, one of the things that you told me earlier, that's a nice gill. Anytime a gill more than covers your hand,
It's a nice gill.
it's a nice gill.
We were letting around 40 feet of line out, attaching the board, and then letting another 30 feet out. This kept the bait high in the water column, but away from the boat. The Cabela's Depthmaster trolling reel in combination with an XTR trolling rod is a great combination for trolling, whether it be for crappies or for bigger predators like walleyes. A key element to trolling a crankbait is trolling speed. Chad told us his thoughts on productive speeds when trolling for panfish.
Chad, you had told me earlier that speed was pretty important, that running around that 1 mile an hour. You've spent enough time doing this that these fish, like walleyes, when you troll for them, they seem like they're speed dependent. Same with these crappies and bluegills.
They want a different speed, and they want it between 0.8 and 1 mile an hour. It seems like if you go beyond those speeds, you're not going to have a good success rate. And also the line, how far you want to be back. You're going to want to be back at least 30 feet to 35 feet. Because again, crappies and gills are going to chase things that are they're feeding up. So that's the main reason why we want to use the Salmos, the speed that we're using, and then also how far they're going back.
The Raymarine sonar units we use not only do a great job of showing fish, but they help keep at the proper trolling speed as well. As Chad had predicted earlier, as afternoon slid to evening, the fish really started to bite.
That's a nice crappie, Chad. Look at that guy.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yes, sir.
Look at that mama. You know, it just doesn't get old, Mike.
It doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't. And as much as you fish every day, when you catch nice quality fish like this,
Yeah,
I mean, it's like a kid in a candy store.
The planer board is proving to be a big advantage today as it's adding to our catch. We were using the offshore mini planer. As you can see, this is a great board for this style fishing.
Look at that.
Look at that one, yep. Man, did he...
Oh, he hit.
How
That
did
board
that
was
board?
gone. I mean, it
Yep.
went under.
Nice, Chad. Nice. Oh, look at there. Another good one. You know, like you said before, it never gets old.
The fish just kept on biting as darkness approached.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that slob.
Mouth coming. Look at that one, huh?
Oh. Hey.
Nice.
Doesn't get any.
Oh, man. On the little Hornet. Yep, we troll walleyes up with crankbaits all the time, but sometimes we forget. Big panfish, look at that.
And that's the thing, Mike. Big panfish. I mean, look at these compared to if you were in shallower.
Yep.
I mean, you're gonna get those bigger
Yep.
fish. You
Yep.
just are.
This was good fishing. Crankbaits do catch panfish, and as you can see, planer boards have a place when trolling for these fish as well. When we come back, we're chasing big smallmouth bass. Stay tuned.
Fishing the Midwest is presented by Cabela's. It's in your nature. Impulse. Excite the bite with scent, color, and action. Raymarine. Don't just go fishing, go hunting underwater. CrappieCentral.com. Northland Fishing Tackle. Made by fishermen, for fishermen. A boat ride on the water, a concert in the shadow of legends, a day of fishing in one of the premier fisheries in the Midwest. These are just a few of the wonderful attractions Clear Lake has to offer. Nestled in northern Iowa, Clear Lake is known for its beautiful scenic landscapes, top-rated beaches, and yearly events. From the annual Winter Dance Party to the blockbuster 4th of July celebration, Clear Lake has something for everyone. Stay at the shore and explore.
We stress quality, we stress affordability. people walk in, they say they look like a cabin on wheels.
Made in the Midwest, for people in the Midwest.
Impulse soft baits have dominated our bass fishing for years.
And they're a big part of our panfish and walleye fishing. When the fish are aggressive, soft baits are the best choice, producing awesome fish attracting action.
And you can catch several fish on one bait.
That means more time spent catching and less time rebaiting.
Northland's Impulse, a step above other soft baits with their secret scent that triggers fish to bite and hold on longer.
Meaning we feel more bites and set more hooks.
Lake Cabotogama in Voyageurs National Park is your year-round destination for experiencing nature at its finest. Enjoy the solitude of the pristine wilderness while having all the comforts of home available at the many full-service resorts. The fishing is world-class. So are all the other outdoor activities that are abundant in all the seasons. Cab is the perfect place for your family or group of friends, and Cab is an easy drive from anywhere in the Midwest. Cabotogama Lake in northern Minnesota. Discover Cab now.
Cabela's pro staffer Danny Thompson and I tried to get on the water together several times the past couple of years. For various reasons, it wasn't until last November that we could finally make it work. Danny and I are both avid archery white-tailed deer hunters, and November is prime time for big bucks. Yet we decided a morning of fishing would still be a good idea. We grabbed a couple dozen chubs and headed to a lake near my home, a lake that has a good population of walleyes and smallmouth bass. An unusually warm November had slowed the fall bite a bit, so we weren't sure what to expect. Not long after we got on the water, a fish decided to eat a chub.
There it is. There it is.
Big old small jaws. Even though we're into November, we still want to fight a little bit. Look at the belly on him. Kind of wrapped around sideways now too. That little jump he had, Danny,
Yeah,
wrapped him up pretty good.
that's a nice fish though, Mike.
Yeah, look at him. He's a tank. Look at how fat he is. He's the Mike Frisch of the fish population.
He's bulking up for that cold winter coming.
Exactly.
We hung in that area for a bit, hoping it would yield another bite, but it didn't, so it was time to move. In our next spot, we marked a bunch of fish holding close to the bottom. We weren't sure if they were walleyes or smallmouth, but our intention was to find out. It wasn't long, and we started to find out.
What we got, Danny?
Feels like a smallie. Staying down pretty good though. Maybe it's one of the elusive walleyes. No. It's got that old smallie bite.
Does he? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Here he comes. Look at that. There's a nice one.
Oh, look at that.
I'll take a couple of those.
Yeah. They are bulldogs, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Oh, that is a nice one. Whew. Fun stuff.
Here, buddy. Look at that.
Oh.
Not what I'm used to doing in November, but this is pretty fun.
They are fattening up for the winter.
We're using big minnows fished on roach rig live bait rigs. When rigging with big minnows, it often pays to let the fish eat the minnow before attempting a hook set.
There's one, there's one, there's one, there's one.
That one going?
Yep. There we go, Danny.
Oh, that looks like a nice one there,
Yep.
Mike.
Walleye or smallie? And smallie.
Well, that's a beauty there.
Yeah, it is. Let's see if we can get him in the boat here. There.
1
big old fat smallie. Look at there. Look at there. Wow. Woo. Nothing wrong with that guy.
Though we were hoping for some walleyes today, this trip is turning into a big bass brawl, and we're okay with that.
You know, Mike, we moved out here, switched it up a little bit, and I think we're onto something.
Today we're catching smallmouth bass on minnows, but most of our bass fishing involves the use of soft baits. In today's impulse reaction, let's learn more about a bait that's one of my all-time favorite bass catchers.
Hey, what we're doing today is we're skipping a wacky rigged, kind of the do-nothing stick worm. This is the impulse dipstick. The way I'm rigging it is I'm hooking it in the middle using a weedless hook. This bait has a slow tantalizing fall through the water that the bass can't resist. And the dipstick has the impulse scent and flavor that drives fish crazy. Multi-use bait for catching largemouth bass. Hey, that's a pretty good one right there.
Dipsticks are great for largemouth and smallmouth bass too. Now back to the action. Danny has a passion for the outdoors, a trait shared by most of the outfitters at Cabela's.
Here it is, we're what, 2 days before the beginning of deer season, and we're out here fishing and we're loving it, and we're talking about deer hunting. But that's one of the things about the outfitters and the people that work at Cabela's. You guys are passionate about the outdoors, whether it be hunting, fishing, what have you.
Yeah, Mike, you know, I really live for the outdoors, and so do all the outfitters that I work with. And I mean, between hunting, fishing, camping, you know, we definitely try to get out there and do it all. I think this summer I must have spent over 50 days on the water myself, and I know a lot of my fellow outfitters do the same.
Danny loves to hunt deer, but today he's liking hunting these big smallmouth.
He's staying down. He's got some weight to him. Look at that, I can't even get him up off the bottom.
Look at that. They just throb, don't they?
Oh yeah, here he comes. And all I'm doing is I'm just leaving my chub sit down there on the bottom. Look at that. Boy, that's fun. This is a good one here though. A little bit bigger than the last one. Come here, buddy. There he is. Look at that.
Wow, look at the belly on that guy.
Gosh.
Look at that, it's a tank.
And I think he unhooked himself right there at
Did
the
he
side
really?
of the boat. You know, we were talking about deer and I've got all these dreams of big bucks in my head, but I think I'm gonna be thinking about smallies tonight because that's a nice one.
That's a nice one.
Boy, that's nice.
These late fall fish are eating. When we come back, we'll have more.
Fishing the Midwest is presented by Larson Boats, Larson FX, where others have yet to go. Salmo, insist on Salmo. Offshore Tackle, the leader in trolling technology. Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce, stay at the shore and explore North Iowa. SUNLINE, the strength to guarantee your confidence.
No matter how hard you try, keeping your rigs tangle-free is, well, challenging. Well, not anymore with Rig Wrap. Staying tangle-free has never been easier. Just wrap, close, rinse, and store. Simple, right?
Wow.
No matter the rig, Rig Wrap has a storage solution to keep you tangle-free. From conveniently small to offshore extra large, you'll never worry about tangled rigs ever again. Rig Wrap, the world's best fishing rig storage solution.
I started using Salmo Hornets more and more a few years ago, and in those few years, I'm catching more and more fish. There's just something about a hornet that makes a walleye or a bass or a panfish or whatever want to eat it. Hornets have a lifetime guarantee and they're hand-tuned so they run perfect right out of the box. Cabela's has an outstanding selection of Hornets in the best sizes and colors, and the folks at Cabela's can tell you which ones are the hottest. Salmo didn't invent the crankbait, they just perfected it. Insist on Salmo at Cabela's.
All right, Grant, you're in front, so stay low. Gus, keep those shoulder pads square. Marcus, eyes on the prize. And Joe, remember to smile. Now take your positions.
With nearly 80 years in professional photography, LifeTouch knows what it takes to get the most out of your players.
Okay, just in just a little bit. All right, good. Oh, remember, there's no I in team picture.
LifeTouch, photography for a lifetime.
Don't just go fishing, go hunting underwater. With Raymarine superior high-fidelity chirp sonar vision, you'll never look at fishing the same again. You're already the predator above the water. Now go find your prey below it. Raymarine. Visit raymarine.com to get in on the action.
What inspires the angler to return to the water's edge are not the countless fish that came before, but the one that lies ahead. Every time you fish, every single cast, every single day. Beautifully crafted multi-species fishing boats unlike any other, to catch any fish you're after. See more online and at your local FX dealer. Larson FX, where others have yet to go.
Today it's late fall and we're catching smallmouth bass with Danny Thompson. These fish are tight to the bottom and sonar is crucial to helping us stay on them. Moments later, a smallie like Danny's minnow.
You know, I could catch these things all day long, I think, Mike. This is fun.
Fun stuff. Can you get him, Danny?
Yep, we got him. We got him. So, if you look at this here, this is a nice fish, by the way, Mike. But what I did is switched back to that big chub, and you can see her red tail, and there he is right there in his mouth. But I switched back to that bigger bait, and it wasn't long, and sure enough, had a fish.
As mentioned, we're fishing live bait rigs, and the rig wrap storage systems we use were great for storing and conveniently accessing rig snells.
Yeah, there he
Comes
is.
your weight.
Oh!
Wow!
Look at that guy, huh? Look at that guy. He's not as big as I thought, but boy, oh boy. I guess he's not that small. Look at that chunk. And like you said earlier, Danny, you know, it's the pattern is bigger baits. I mean, they want the bigger chubs. And like you had mentioned earlier, look at the belly that he's putting on. When they go to eat this time of the year, they want to eat a big meal. That is a dandy.
Those fish were biting good, but we called it quits. Why? Well, because we both had another outdoor adventure to get to. As luck would have it, the next day, Danny had one of those big whitetail bucks walk up on him, and he connected. From all of us at Fishing the Midwest, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again next time. And remember to include a youngster in your next outdoors adventure.